Good morning, everybody. We spent the night at Cracker Barrel last night, and we just came and found a little park to make some breakfast, go for a hike. We are still in Naples, but we're heading to Fort Myers today to help with hurricane cleanup, which is going to start tomorrow. We're honestly actually not sure what we're going to do today. There's so much closed because of the aftermath of the hurricane. So we're going to eat right now and then figure out what the rest of the day is going to look like. We're starting off with a little kale and goat cheese, and then we're going to warm up some of our Thanksgiving beef leftover and do some eggs. All right, bon appetit.
Now this is breakfast. Steak and eggs and green stuff.
Is the green stuff horrible?
Green stuff.
It's eating grass. Yum. Alright, finished our breakfast, we're gonna go for a hike. I don't really understand this because we're here and then there's these like beige paths, but shouldn't they connect? It's a pretty little area. It's already super hot this morning. So this morning I basically just looked on the map to try to find a park that was nearby. That's what we often do because we'd rather eat breakfast or make meals in a nicer spot, and then it worked out that there's a nice trail that we can walk here. We haven't seen a lot yet, but I do think we've seen an eagle flying up above. I tried to get some pictures. We'll see if that's the case. I think we hear the osprey, but I think what we're seeing is actually a hawk. It looks more brown. Are you still looking for a pterodactyl?
Yep.
I think today's the day.
In all my years of hiking, I've never seen one of these in the wild. A red reflector.
Did you find another?
I spotted another one in the wild.
Another wild reflector.
Don't get too close.
They bite and spit. Of course, he finds lots of reflectors, but no pterodactyls. All these cool ferns. Isn't that cool? Kind of feels a little bit Jurassic Parky right here. Alright, so we're gonna be honest. It's a little bit humid today. We're starting to drip sweat. It's the end of November, so usually in Florida it would typically be a little more comfortable. It's one of the hard parts of van life when you get weather like this, because it's hard to cool down then unless you go in the van and just blast the AC. This is nice to walk around here this morning, but we actually think we're going to look for somewhere with some AC and Wi-Fi next. Get a little break from the heat. Cleaning off the shoes so we don't make a mess of the van.
change of plans. We decided since we were already gross and sweaty, we would check out another place to hike.
And we're hoping it's not flooded out, because online it says that, what did it say exactly? Do you remember? It said something about the water, maybe.
Said something like, Steve and Audra, you probably shouldn't go here. So we are.
It was a bit of a drive. Oh, but there's a lot of cars here, so hopefully it's okay to hike. It was a bit out of the way, so we're taking a bit of a chance here. We'll see. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of people out hiking, so that's a good sign.
Rookery Swamp is a 7,000-acre swamp made up primarily of bald cypress and red maple. It is a 12-mile trail that travels along the tops of trams that were constructed in the 1950s. These trams were originally made as elevated mounds upon which railroad tracks were laid. The trains were part of a cypress lumbering industry that lasted less than 10 years on this property. Without the trams, this swamp would be underwater with no dry walkways 10 months of the year.
We spy with our little eyes a baby alligator. Can you see him? Right about there, right? Can you see him on the log? So this is interesting. Witch's broom. It looks like a nest partway up the tree. It's a tree mutation. And there it is. That right there is witch's broom. We haven't been able to get out in nature much lately, so it was really nice to take our time wandering around, taking in the scenery. It was so quiet and peaceful, and we soaked in the beauty of the day, listening to the birds and bugs, enjoying spots of warm sun and cool shade, and watching the animals go about their normal business. It was a good opportunity for us to recharge. I saw a white egret on the prowl for some lunch, so I decided to try to inch my way toward him to see how close I could get, and hopefully see some hunting action. That's crazy. You could tell he was a little apprehensive about my presence, but eventually accepted it and went back to the hunt. some fish right there. Oh, whoa. Dang. Doesn't even look real. Should take pictures with my camera. Is he dead? Is he just waiting for a fish to come in his mouth? Whoa. I've never seen an alligator like that underwater. Oh, look. Oh, I saw those bubbles earlier. That must be what it was. Is he sleeping, do you think? Oh, no, he's obviously not sleeping. What do you get? Oh, that's an alligator there, dude. You don't want that.
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah, it almost like, doesn't look almost like he's dead. Should I stop rolling? There's an alligator down in the water here.
Yeah.
Still around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of,
We're surprised that the egret is so close.
yeah.
Right.
Huh. Wow, that's cool. Well, we spent some time just hanging out here. It's such a peaceful spot. Watching the egret and the alligator. And now it's time for us to head back. Time for some lunch, I think. Oh, look, a little kitty foot. Let's see who it belongs to. Oh, there she is. There's our girl. There's our girl. Relaxing and enjoying life. Alright, so we came back to the van, had some lunch. So I'm going to check the delta. I think we were around 41% earlier, and now as you can see we're up in the 80 percentile, so that's pretty good for just being here a few hours. Our solar is working, obviously. Now we're getting on the road and we're going to finally go get some AC and Wi-Fi. Here we go. Time to get this show on the road.
But first, some chapstick.
Superpowers activated. After a couple of hours at McDonald's, cooling down and getting some work done, we headed to our next stop. Alright, we don't have a lot of time to check this place out, but we're gonna just make a quick stop because it's gonna be sunset soon. So we have the annual park pass, but these places where you fill out the card yourself. Obviously we don't put money in, so I guess we're just gonna grab the envelope and leave the stub in the van. Alright, let's go see what it's all about. You kind of look like Forrest Gump. Alright, so the sun is setting. We're just gonna take a quick peek here and see what we can see. I don't know how you say this, if it's Koreshan. So basically, I guess this was a cultish group back in the 1800s that believed in communal living. They were celibate, And they believed that the universe existed inside the Earth. Weird. I don't know, but we're gonna go check out their buildings now. When most of South Florida was still a harsh swampland, a group of pioneers followed a New York physician to Southwest Florida because they believed he was a messiah. Several women followed without their husbands. All right, so this was their art hall. So unfortunately we got here after all the buildings were closed, but at least we can see the outside of them and check the park out. Might be a little dark, but we can maybe peek in the windows here. Kind of hard to see with the reflection, probably. There's one of the rooms. Another one of the rooms. This building, the Planetary Court, served as the center of leadership from which the 7 women of the governing council governed the commune. Alright, let's go check out some other parts of it here. There's a lot of people here getting their pictures taken. There's the dining hall. And then we have some sunken gardens. We want to go check out the pretty bridge. One more little bridge over here. This is cool. This was the bakery. You gotta do some baking? At its peak, the settlement had 250 members with several homes, an art center, bakery, general store, power station, workshop, and printing house. All right, and now I'm running, trying to see all there is to see before we have to leave. The Koreshans created a thriving, economical, independent community. Gardens lined carefully planned streets, the bakery produced up to 600 fresh loaves a day, and they enjoyed activities such as tennis, baseball, boating, arts, and crafts. This park offers a window into the lives of the unique and eccentric pioneer group that made its home here in the late 1800s. We think it's neat when we have the opportunity to get a glimpse into what life was like before our time. We often find the simpler technology and machinery intriguing, from before the many modern conveniences we often take for granted.
So this is a pretty cool settlement. What I can't figure out is why they all died off.
So I think we saw all the buildings there were to see. Perfect timing because the sun is down now and the park is closing. All right, that was fun. Now it's time to head to Fort Myers.
All right, so we made it here to Samaritan's Purse headquarters for disaster relief in Fort Myers, Florida.
We got showered and we met some of the other team already, and we've already made some friends. We ended up sitting with some people who enjoy traveling. Their names are Pat and Ed, and they have a blog, Rabbit Trails. So that's pretty cool that the first night here we met some people, whatever, that
like-minded people.
Like-minded that enjoy that. We got to get up bright and early tomorrow morning, so we're going to call it a night now. And we're going to say goodbye to you guys. We hope you enjoyed coming along today. Hit that like button, please, and leave us a comment. And next time, we hope to share some of our work here doing some of the cleanup. So we hope to see you then.
See ya.